What do you mean he's not here? Okay, so I have to do all his lines on my own? Fine, okay, yeah. It's Friday the 17th of March and it's the final day
As I played the wild rover for many a year, I spent all my money on whiskey and beer.
He's back. Must have been a good day.
What a fabulous day, an absolutely brilliant day, but I couldn't leave you, could I? Because this is the Horse's Mouth! Welcome to the show.
Well, Kammy, today's all about the Gold Cup, but firstly, tell me about your day yesterday. How much did you win?
I can't tell you that, my wife might be watching. But it was a good day.
There's a present coming her way. Right, Kammy, let's talk about today. Forget about Ruby Tuesday. Yesterday was all about Ruby Thursday. York Hill, Undersow, Nichols Canyon, you had that too. Let's Dance.
Oh, baby,
and
won't
you were
you take a
certainly
chance?
dancing, yeah.
Can
And you're
you
still
sure
dancing.
let me have this dance, so let's dance.
Yeah, whatever, don't rub it in. Overall though, the bookies still have their noses in front, so it all comes down to today, the final showdown. Now, the biggest race of the entire year, bar the Grand National, is of course the Gold Cup. It's so hard to split the front three. The public will be behind Q Card, the Shrudies will be backing Cheltenham, aka myself, probably you as well, while the rest are on Native River. But it doesn't stop there. After some major upsets earlier in the week, punters are actually backing Manila Rocco as well, as their safety net, I suppose, with Noel Feely now in the saddle, and that's a decent odds. That's the each way money, Kammy.
It is indeed.
In the Triumph now, Defy de Sol is the worst result of the entire week for us and is the favourite, but there has been questions over the ground suiting and confidence has been restored in Charlie Parks. Now Dan Skelton, he's been very, very bullish about North Hill Harvey in the county hurdle, while Death Duty was considered the Irish banker heading into the week, and he of course heads the Albert Bartlett betting, but I like Augusta Kate. Willie Mullins, Ruby Walsh of course, again.
Yes, of course, and you know who's involved in Augusta Kate?
Go on.
We saw him yesterday.
Yeah, we did, in the back.
Lee Westwood, Anton Deck.
Graham Wiley, all the gang, great stuff.
Alan Shearer, I think.
Yeah, he's in it too. So many named celebrities there, so keep an eye on them in the parade ring.
Just dropped a few names there.
Just pick them up. Now, finally, my nap of the entire day is going to be on the Fringe to make it 3 in a row, basically, in the Fox. And it's such a great horse.
What a horse,
Yeah.
what a horse. Thanks for that then, Nicola. And you've got a great Ladbrokes only offer for us. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I do indeed. We've had great offers all week. Today's Ladbrokes Mullins money back race is, of course, the 250 Albert Bartlett. Big Willie has 4 horses in that one: Augusta Kate, Penn Hill, Say Jersey, and Turkogua. Easy for me to say. Can you give it a go? I can't say
I
it.
can say, yeah, Big Willie's got 4.
Yeah. So, if he wins and you've backed someone else, you'll get your money back as a free bet.
Great stuff. Right,
Yeah.
let's introduce our special guest now.
Yeah, and we know, Kammy, you like a laugh, of course. So, for our final day, we're joined by 2 of the country's top stand-up comedians.
You'll know them from TV shows like Mock the Week and Never Mind the Buzzcocks. It's Mark Watson and Andrew Maxwell.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, thanks to you guys.
Well, she's been trying all week to get an Irishman on the sofa.
Finally, I've got one I feel at home. Welcome.
So it wasn't your first choice?
And then we thought, he knows you well. But have you been to Cheltenham before, lads?
No.
Never, ever?
Not for the races, no.
Not to the races?
I've never been horse racing.
Never been horse racing?
Where I'm from in Dublin, there is horses.
Yeah.
And they do race them, but it's not official. It's you know what I mean? It's to the petrol station and back.
I don't think Ladbrokes offer odds on those.
What are you most looking forward to take? The horses,
I want to bet.
drinking?
I want to wildly bet on horses I know nothing about. I want to go fully into it.
Listen to Nicola, she'll give you the winners,
Do my
that's
best,
for sure.
yeah.
Oh, you already know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's handy then.
I work for Ladbrokes, so
I'm
I
looking
do my
forward to
best.
that in that case, yeah.
Always trust a bookie's tips.
I forgot the bookies had the list of winners. Yeah, cool. Oh, well, yeah.
So you've both never been to Cheltenham before, so what are you expecting?
I'm expecting what we like to call in Ireland the crack.
Oh,
Yeah.
if there's not
I'm
the crack
expecting
today,
Plenty of
I'll
that.
be
Expecting the
amazed.
crack, you know.
Stick with Kammy, by the way. He's some crack at the course, you
we
know.
all know this. He likes a laugh.
Yeah, it's got to be done,
It's
hasn't
going
it?
to be fun. I think it's going to be
If you
fun.
can't get a laugh with Kammy, then there is no laugh to be had. Put it that way.
We're going to have a bet on who makes the most in the bet. And then he who gets the most in the bet takes the other one's losing winnings as well. It's a double whammy.
Double whammy, yeah. And also then the winner.
What did you
moves
just
into
say
the-
So say if I win £1,000, which is quite possible.
It's more than
'Cause
likely.
I think I've got a real feeling for horses.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of
can tell.
bareback riding in my time. So I have. It's
Some of this won't go out, I should think.
Oh, it's true. You get on the horse and you just grab him by the mane and just give him a bit of a kick with your Air Max and off you go.
Racing tips. It's like being with Ruby Walsh. This is.
Fabulous, fabulous.
You've never really had a bet before, is that what you're saying? Or have you ever won on horses?
This is my horse racing betting virginity.
The
That I'm
Ladbrokes
losing.
experience. You can only get it with the magic sign.
And I'm losing it here on this stack of. Just as I expected, I'd lose my cherry right here on the stack of hay.
Yeah.
Stack of hay with a former footballer in a barn.
Yeah. It's all happening again.
So romantic.
If I have to.
Yeah.
I didn't think this is how it was going to go.
No.
You've said you've won before on the races.
Oh, I
Anything stands out in memory? Grand National winners, Cheltenham winners.
Yeah, there was once a horse called B4 Salmon quite a few years ago.
Yes.
Just like the name, basically. You've got to go by the names,
Most
haven't
of
you?
the
Well,
country
some
as
people
well.
do stuff like study the form and work out which horses are good, but I can't be asked with that.
Well, we had Vicky Pattinson on during the week, and I said, "Who are you backing today?" And she said, "Simply Ned, because I like Simply Red." I couldn't think of a better reason to back a horse.
Yeah,
you
fair
know.
play. Yeah, I'm sure that's Hutton will have got behind the horse as well. Yeah.
Apparently, in reality, the horses don't respond to their names.
What?
No.
They don't even know they're called that.
No.
Oh,
going.
you haven't met Eric yet.
Eric the horse.
Yeah, it's coming later. Stay tuned. Now, Andrew, the Irish have been doing so well overall.
Well done, mate.
Always.
Will you be
Always. I
sticking
take
with
some
Willie
credit for that.
Mullins and Ruby Walsh?
What's that?
Will you be sticking with Willie Mullins and Ruby Walsh and just
absolutely.
backing Irish horses
come on,
only?
St. Patrick's Day, of course. It'll only be Irish horses, Irish riders, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
I'll be getting involved.
You
Here.
bet on Irish
I think
horses.
Willie
You
will
can
win the
use
Gold
this
Cup.
today. An Irish flag. Everyone's walking around with them.
I use it every day.
Yeah.
It's absolutely every day. It's not-
Every day is St. Patrick's Day when you're Andrew Maxwell.
That's right. That's it. Look at that. Beautiful.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Flag of the Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
Reminds me of back home in my native
Abidjan?
Abidjan.
I believe it is.
Yeah. Grown up in Abidjan. What a wonderful town.
Yeah.
Wonderful town.
Beautiful country, isn't it, the Ivory
Oh,
Coast?
it's a
We
lovely-
call it the Emerald Isle.
We do.
It was Willie Mullins' day yesterday, but look at Gordon Elliott's horses today.
Okay.
Go on, look at them.
Yeah.
Oh, look at them.
Look at that.
And
Look at
Are
them
you
hard.
allowed? Are you allowed to look at them?
You're allowed to
get
look at
close
them,
to them.
Just not right before the start of the race.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to get out of the way then.
Well, I'll get into that. Who are you going to go for?
There's a horse called Bristol
Demai,
Demai,
yeah.
which, and I'm from Bristol, so that's almost certain winner, I think. It's about
Wow.
20, 25 or something, so that'd be a nice.
That would be very nice.
The only thing is, that's only if it wins, you get that.
Yeah.
That's how it works, you see.
Explaining the nature of gambling.
Yeah, so the
Right.
long odds mean that you'd win a lot of money, but only if the horse does win.
Right.
But I'm just going to assume it will win, so that'd be nice. I'll put a bit on that. If I can make 5 or 10 grand off old Bristol Demai, that'd be a good start to the day.
So you just anything Bristol related.
Some horses, some
So
of
the
them don't
horse
have
is
it.
called Krusty. White guy with dreadlocks who lives in a van.
Slave.
Anything Bristol related.
Yeah, shameful past with slavery. And they don't call horses that much these days.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, also, Augusta Kate, is it?
Yes,
Isn't
we
it?
already talked
Yeah,
about
we
that.
Looks
Yeah,
good to
yeah.
me. Yeah,
Tammy dropped a few names earlier.
yeah. That one looks. That's Ruby Walsh, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's also
Willie Mullins.
that's got nice green. I like the look of the colours there. Either the colours or the names, or a really good jockey. That's what to go with.
Or a beautiful horse.
I used to judge sometimes the best turned out horse. And you just, it felt a little bit like shallow. I felt unfair to other horses, but there was always a standout, shining, beautiful horse.
Did some of
Anyway, shiny horses. Got it. I'm going to go with this is the order that I'm going to go in. Irish, funny name, shiny horse.
Yeah, it's good if you pick a shiny one because you can keep track of them easily as well. You can see which one is yours.
They're also lovely looking, a shiny horse, and it makes you wonder why aren't the rest of the horses shiny?
Yeah, some of them just probably don't make as much effort as the others, eh?
You just can't
I don't know
quite
what to
believe
say.
You come and you're like,
the
it's
level,
not advice I'm taking on board.
the level of amateur. You can't quite believe.
You asked him to analyse the races, and here we are.
Here we are. Shiny horses, they're good.
If you win big, how are you going to celebrate?
Helicopter.
Yeah, I might buy the winning horse and ride it home.
That's an
Do it in
option.
style.
Yeah, be nice to come away from Cheltenham with an actual horse of your own, wouldn't it?
I'd
I
like
don't know how
to.
much a racehorse
sell them
costs.
in the gift
but
shop
I was
on
going
the
to say,
way in, yeah.
presumably a lot of people take one as a souvenir, eh? Yeah.
One of the experiences you've got to have while you're at Cheltenham, you've got to go to the Guinness tent. Because
Hello, the black stuff.
the Guinness is beautiful and the atmosphere is just, like you said, go there for the crack.
I will.
I bet the atmosphere
I've never had somebody have to recommend Guinness to me before.
Yeah.
Okay. Any recommendations on potatoes? This is really odd.
You're learning it.
I
You're learning a lot
recommend
today.
potatoes. They're like very large mashable rice.
Well, that's exactly what I said on the chase. You know, what's grown in paddy fields, and that's exactly what I said. Potatoes.
Oh, he's
Good
got
effort.
Yeah. He's got to ruin it on Paddy's Day.
And are you going to stick with Bristol tonight, Mark?
Even though it is quite long on, so
Yeah.
I guess it's not really. Let's have a. Well,
Good to
have
see
a
you doing
gander
your
at the
homework
racing
before
post,
coming on
yeah.
the show. You two.
Yeah, see, you can't tell whether the
this-
horse is shiny because it only
no,
has.
it's just,
You know what? Forget
if-
about it. We don't want your
if you
tip
look-
if this is the homework you're doing.
Sometimes there's. So
Because
this is
it's just their jumpers.
Look, there's death duty. See, 11 to 5. Sometimes it says.
Definitely.
Oh no, it says Ireland
If it
on
says
it.
I, that means Irish, and if it says S, that means shiny. So that little S there means
Step back.
step back.
No,
That
no.
means it's a shiny one. Yeah.
I think don't look any further than Jack Adam for the Gold Cup.
Jack.
I'm with you. Yeah.
That's the one.
We're on the same page there.
We certainly are.
What are
Jack
the odds?
Yeah. So remember that. Ruby
Jack
Walsh, Willie Mullins, Jack Adam, Gold
Jack
Cup.
Adam. That's what I'm going for.
Jack
What
Adam.
odds is
And-
Jack?
4 to 1, I'd
4 to
say.
1.
4 to 1. That's fair. That's reasonably safe. I mean,
think
you
it'll-
won't make a lot of money, but if you do,
You'll be riding a horse home.
exactly.
All eyes will be on the Gold Cup later, as we've just mentioned, and on the two-time winner, Ruby Walsh. He's got Jack Adam, of course, who we both fancy.
Weight is everything for his jockey. That's one thing for certain, and he's expected to weigh in at 9 stones, 11 pounds or thereabouts. But how does this compare to some other things in the animal kingdom?
Well, we thought we would put this important question to the people of Cheltenham and see if they could work out which animals were heavier or lighter than Ruby Walsh in our very own weigh-in.
So we all know that being light is a pretty important part of the job description for a jockey. So we thought we'd come out into the streets of Cheltenham and ask the punters, how does Ruby Walsh weigh up against some of our favourites from the animal kingdom? So Ruby Walsh weighs 9 stone, 11 pounds. We're going to run through some animals. I just want you to tell me if this animal is heavier than Ruby Walsh or lighter than Ruby Walsh. So, an Atlantic cod.
Lighter.
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 Incorrect. Heavier by quite a few stone, actually.
But like Ruby was out last night, so he's probably a little bit heavier than you probably think he is at this stage.
Good point. No steward's inquiry on Ruby Walsh. She's not weighed in for us just yet. A pair of sea otters.
Pair of them. That's heavier.
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 Lighter by a couple of pounds. An orangutan.
Lighter.
Heavier by a couple of pounds. A dozen armadillos.
Lighter.
Heavier, almost a stone heavier. An Antarctic fur seal.
Ooh, heavier.
Correct. A mountain goat.
That's the ones that walk up sideways, and I've seen them.
Yeah, that's how they walk, but I need the weight, that's all I need.
Lighter.
What's the thinking there?
Ruby's been looking after himself and the mountain goat hasn't.
Lighter.
Heavier. Almost twice as heavy than Ruby Walsh. Finally, who'd you rather be backing in a race, a leopard or Ruby Walsh?
Oh, Ruby. Ruby, without a shadow of a doubt.
What a coincidence. 9 stone, 11 pounds, Ruby Walsh. What is your weight?
That's my weight.
9 stone, 11
9,
pounds?
11.
You could have been...
Pre-Christmas.
You could,
Pre-Christmas.
you could be the new Ruby Walsh.
I could be.
In some ways.
I'd have to get used to the saddle.
You've got the silks
Yeah.
on, so, you know.
So, basically, we saw that there, so we're now going to quiz you. This aardvark, heavier or lighter than Ruby Walsh?
Heavier or lighter than me. That is... That's it. It looks like it's got a big back end on that aardvark.
Oh, that's not the whole aardvark. Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
a bit of it.
I think that is... No, it's lighter than me.
Lighter than you? Let's have a look.
Ooh.
9 stone, 6 pounds. Only just. Only
So
just.
just...
Good,
They
good
were a
one,
big
though.
beast. They were a big beast.
But you don't see many aardvarks on the horses, do you?
The common dolphin.
How heavy's a dolphin? I didn't think I'd be asked that in a barn at 8 in the morning. I'm going to go with that's heavier than Ruby Walsh. I reckon there's more of the
Shall we
dolphin than you
find
think.
out?
Yeah.
Yes!
Look
Quite
at
a bit
that.
heavier,
Monster.
12 stone, 8 pounds.
Finally, chaps, a joint question. What is the heaviest, the whole Gold Cup runners and the riders, or a small swarm of locusts?
That's 40 million locusts.
That's a small one.
I'd say that's a reasonable size swarm of locusts. But surely it won't be heavier than all the horses. But this feels like a trick. It feels like the locusts are heavier.
Well, I mean, how are you going to get them all onto a scale?
Oh, it's very hard to verify this. Yeah, we're going to have to go with whatever answer they give us.
Whatever, yeah. I think a plague of locusts is heavier.
Shall we reveal the answer and put you out of your...
Yeah, otherwise
have a
we'll
look.
be...
What? I see a lot of numbers. Yeah, you're right, actually. Locusts.
Well, that was dramatic.
Locusts are
That was one hell of a payoff.
Yeah, definitely the locust. Quite a bit, actually. 10 times.
That's what happens when you present with me.
Do you feel like you've learned a lot now from that little quiz?
Lots. And I've learned more about horse racing and how it's done. Shiny horses, yes. I've gone and picked another horse as well.
Oh,
good.
I'm going to bet
Go on.
on 2 horses. I'm going to go with your Jack Adam. So,
Smart man.
Now I've worked it all out. It all sits perfectly for me. It's Irish trainer, Irish rider, and it's French horse. And they've got a little bit more incentive to run when you're a French horse. You know, you could get eaten.
Oh, I see. So you're suggesting that Jack Adams' career has been based on just running away from people, essentially?
Running away from men with Béarnaise sauce.
I guess that could be.
Because the rest of them are all,
Yeah.
they're all Irish horses, and I know those lads. They just want to hang out in a field and have fun.
There you go, yeah.
But I'm also going to go for Irish Cavalier. I like the sound of that.
Now, all week we've been getting our tip for the big races of the day from our very own horse pundit, Eric.
It's fair to say his choices have been a little bit hit and miss, but he's got one last chance to make amends, and his focus is all about the Gold Cup today. Let's see what he's going to go for.
Right, come on, Eric. This time you've got to pick us a winner.
Go for a different bucket for a change.
Oh, I think he might. It's Gold
He
Cup
is,
day, isn't
actually.
he? Yeah. Oh, he's
There's
going.
so
Where's he
much
going? Is he going
choice
for
today.
Ruby or Jack Adam? No. What's he going for? Native
Is he gonna-
River. Richard
He
Johnson.
is
Now
going
that
for
would be a
Native
popular
River.
choice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it will be. One of the co-favourites today, but
Oh, the
he
champion
had cue
jockey.
card. He could have gone with
Richard
Outlander.
Johnson,
Size and
he's
John.
gone for.
We're with
well
Jack
done,
Adam, though.
Eric.
It's time for our guests now, Andrew Maxwell and Mark Watson, to go head-to-head in the Giddy Up Challenge.
It's a battle between Britain and Ireland, so gentlemen, take to your horses.
Thank you. I will be choosing the blue horse because that is actually the national colour of Ireland.
Is it really?
Yes. It's
Not green then?
No, it's actually blue.
God, they've made a lot of branding errors in
I
that
don't
case.
believe that.
Are you ready, Mark? Are you ready,
don't know.
Andrew?
You
And you're off! Look at that move!
Andrew, go on, the Irish.
Mark, keep it going! Button! Press the whip button!
Keep going, Maxwell.
Oh, it was close. The timings are in. Who won? Was it Mark or was it Andrew? Well, here we can show you. Mark, with a time of 1:35.2, finishes in 7th place overall. And Andrew, you did really, really well. 1:34.9, but I have to say you didn't even beat Nicola.
Yes. You didn't even. You sound surprised. They sound surprised.
But it's
I'll
3 or
take my
4
fourth.
hundredths of a second. The margins are so cruel in this sport.
This is what you were playing for.
Oh, what a
If
beauty.
we'd known that, I'd have gone on
The
faster.
Giddy Up Challenge Trophy. Security
foundation.
Court will be taking this to Martin O'Fire because he had the top time of 1:32.8. Well done, Martin.
Well
It's
done.
the
Well
best trophy you've ever had.
Well, we've got one last tip for you both before you go. Okay. It's a nice little drink. It's in the 5:30, the Grand Annual. It's called Cloudy Dream. Looks tasty. What's it made of,
It's
Kammy?
made with strawberries, pomegranate, rum, lime, and honey.
Okay. Is it?
So
Go
go
for
on.
it, boys. Come
Don't
on.
be scared. Don't be shy.
No, happy St. Patrick's
Happy
Day.
St.
Yeah,
Patrick's.
happy
St.
St.
Patrick's
Patrick's
Day.
Day,
Traditional
guys.
St. Patrick's Day
You
drink.
enjoy
Yeah.
those drinks and
Lovely.
good luck at the races today.
Yeah,
Have fun.
have a fabulous
Well
time and thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks
No
for having
bother.
us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Pass
you.
my regards to the horse.
Gold Cup today, Nicola?
Cheers, Kammy.
Cheers. There it is. So what offers have you got from Ladbrokes today?
Well, again, Kammy, lots to look forward to today. We've got best odds guaranteed plus on all of today's races. And yesterday, with this, we paid out a 12-1 on Presenting Percy, even though the SP was 11-1. So a great offer again. Yeah, and don't forget also, Kammy, we've got that Willie Mullins money back offer. That's available today in the Albert Bartlett at $2.50.
Thanks, Nicola. Some great offers there for the punters to get into, but we're nearly done here now. But before we go, there's time for one last tip of the day. Remember, if at first you don't succeed, then skydiving's not for you. At last we got a
The end
decent
of that
line.
line. Thanks for watching, guys, and good luck today.
Yeah, certainly good luck.